Thursday. It's comic book hangover, and it's time once again for one of my weekly review videos. So last week, we're just going to jump right into this. Last week, I didn't get a whole lot of books, so I'm going to reshare what I picked up last week. And I'm not going to talk about all of them, but we're going to talk about some of them. The Godzilla revivals. First of the one-shot series. This is versus Hedra or Hedora, however you wish to pronounce it, celebrating the Smog Monsters 50th anniversary. This is a back to basics Godzilla book. This was a lot of fun. You get a human story, which, whatever. Most of us Godzilla fans, we don't watch Godzilla movies because we're interested in the human story. We're watching Godzilla movies because we want to see the giant monsters fight and destroy all kinds of crap. But this book here, it gives us everything. This would actually make a pretty decent movie, I think, if they wanted to start doing that sort of stuff. But as a comic book, it's great. If you're a Godzilla fan, definitely check it out. It is $7.99. It's a thicker book. You get more story, and it did feel like there was a lot more story. It didn't feel rushed at all. So a lot of times these sort of books, when you get them, you read, even if you try to slow down, even if you try to read them slowly, you end up getting through the books in no time flat. But this is not one of those instances. This was a really good, solid read. I very much enjoyed it. The next one, the next Godzilla Rivals, is going to be versus Mothra, and I'm hoping they keep the same standard for that because it'd be nice to have a good Mothra story. Next one is going to be Power Rangers Unlimited. Again, another series of one-shots. I don't understand why publishers put a #1 on the cover of a one-shot. Just put one-shot on there. Don't put anything on there. It's just like, I don't understand why Marvel puts numbers on their annuals. It makes no sense to me at all. We have how many Amazing Spider-Man annual #1? This year, DC actually did it right by just putting the years. They didn't really put numbers on them. It was Action Comics 2021 annual or annual 2021. I don't like the numbers on them. I just even my Marvel ones, I don't put them in my my collection, on my website or whatever. I don't when I'm recording them on my external hard drive, I don't put them by the number. I put them by the year, so it's just easier for me. But that aside, Edge of Darkness is the first appearance of the Phantom Ranger in the Power Rangers comic book mythos. This is a story that, wow, this is kind of a different, kind of in a couple of different places. But the main thing with this, and there's a bit of a spoiler here, is we get more of Rita's backstory, and I kind of have this really sick feeling in the pit of my stomach that they're going to turn her, or try to turn her, into a sympathetic character, because that is essentially what they're kind of laying the groundwork for here. Is she's a sympathetic character, that she didn't set out to be evil. She wasn't originally evil. She, had no intentions of being evil, but that, through forces outside her control, she ended up becoming evil. And I don't like that. I want a villain that's a villain because they're evil, not because they had a bad childhood or they were picked on in school, or, stepmommy or stepdaddy treated them badly. I want a villain that's just evil. And she used to be like that, but I think they're going to make her sympathetic. But that aside, though, even with my disliking of them making her, or seemingly making her, a sympathetic character, the way they do it in here is really well done. I was very impressed with it. This is one of the better Power Ranger stories that I've read in a long time. It was a lot of fun. You get the introduction of another, sort of setting up another major villain. And I believe this is going to be for Power Rangers, because Mighty Morphin being Earth-based, they're dealing with Zed right now. So Power Rangers, once the Imperial thing is over with, they're going to need some other big evil. And I think this is setting up who that evil is going to be. And it's going to be rather interesting, I think. I liked it. Beta Ray Bill #4. Great series. If you're a fan of Beta Ray Bill, definitely check it out. It's been a lot of fun. Even the art has been really interesting on this. And I like what they're doing with his ship. That's really, really cool. The other one I picked up last week, Spawn #319. I just want to share this cover again because it's a pretty sweet cover. It's a Matina cover, and I love it. I think it's great. It's just an awesome cover. So now, before we get into this week's haul, it's a nice selection of books. Very eclectic selection of books, actually. Tomorrow's full run Friday is going to be Ghost Rider. It is scheduled to go live at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So if you're interested in checking that out, go to go to my YouTube channel. The video should be there. You could set a reminder so you'll be reminded for when the video goes live. I do recommend that. I do appreciate it when people do that. So this is going to be Ghost Rider. It's going to be the Johnny Blaze run. We're not going to be really touching on the Dan Cash or even the new Johnny Blaze series, the one that just wrapped up very unceremoniously. It was a really good run. I really wish they would continue it one way or another, but this is the original Johnny Blaze run and some reprints from the Blaze run. So I hope you check it out. I hope you like it, and I'll be working on the second part of that at some point. I don't really want to do part 1, part 2 right next to each other. I kind of want to spread it out a little bit. So I haven't decided really what I'm going to do next week for the full run Friday, but we'll see. And then if you want to keep up on it, subscribe to my channel. Like, comment, all that sort of fun stuff. Hit that notification button, and it'll let you know when I've got new stuff coming out. And let's get on to what I picked up this week. This first one here, it's really nothing to really need to talk about the story, because everybody knows that Stray Dogs is an amazing series, and despite everybody kind of jumping on the Stray Dog train late in the game, I mean, the series seemed like the final issue was coming out, and then suddenly people were talking about how great it was. And those of us who were there from the beginning, it's like, you need to read this book. And everybody looks at the art and says, this is cartoon, I don't want to read this stuff. You're late to the game, but we're glad you're here, and we're glad you're enjoying the story, okay? But that aside, this cover here is already going for, it's going for a pretty good amount of money, way above cover price on eBay, apparently. I've heard like $30 as a minimum. This is the Evil Dead homage cover for Stray Dogs. This is issue 2. I only ordered 1. This is a good example. Actually, I'm going to kind of get on my soapbox here. If you have an LCS, and you want to make sure you get books like this, which is what I did, you need to pre-order your books from your LCS. You can start a pull list with them if you don't have one, and you can grab the Previews magazine. You can ask if they use apps like Comic Hub. That's what my LCS uses, Comic Hub. So it's just a simple matter of I get on there, I look for the books that I want to pre-order, I click that, yes, I do want this, and I place the order, and I get the book. And I don't have to worry about, it selling out before I get there, because now I work Wednesday, so I don't usually get there until 1 o'clock or 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock. I get it. And since it's pre-ordered, I know some LCSs aren't like this, but mine is. I pre-ordered it. I got it for cover price. And this is an amazing cover. This is going to go great with the Friday the 13th one. I'm planning on getting them both graded just because I can put them up on the wall and they're going to look awesome. But Stray Dogs, Evil Dead, this is an amazing cover. I absolutely love it. And again, if you want to get in on stuff like this, pre-order your books. It'll help you. It'll actually also help your LCS. So it helps them sort of streamline what they're ordering and helps their business model a little bit more. So pre-order your books, because then you get cool stuff like that and you get to pay cover price for it. All right, moving on. I grabbed, this one came out last week, but I figured what the hell, why not? Barbaric #1. I like that sword with a face on it, or the battle axe rather, with a face on it. That's pretty awesome. Issue 6 of Deep Beyond. Pretty cool. I love these Merca and Dolfo covers. Can't wait to check that one out. Geiger #4. My little boy helped me pick these covers, because Geiger and actually the next one are books that have multiple covers every issue, and they're not ratio variant. They have some ratios. There's like 4 regular covers, and I sometimes have a hard time deciding, so I get my little boy, Torin, to help me out. And this is the one that he picked out that he liked the most, and I have to agree that's a pretty sweet cover. He also picked this one up, and I'm very impressed with his taste. This is Nocterra #5. This is the Francavilla cover. An amazing artist, an awesome artist. He does some great horror covers. I mean, him and Robert Hack are bar none 2 of my favorite horror artists right now. But this is the cover that he liked. I was kind of leaning towards another one, but he made the right decision on this. Torin made the right call on this one, because in person, this cover is amazing. It is gorgeous. And here we go with the only Marvel book that I picked up this week, and it's a reprint. Werewolf by Night, number 32. It's the first appearance of those people that are looking in the cage there. And I guess the guy in white. I'm kidding. It's first appearance Moon Knight. Basilisk, number 2. I had the other cover for this, but then I saw this one. I was like, yeah, I called my LC. I was like, hey, Josh, can you grab me cover B for Basilisk? Because be beautiful cover. Absolutely beautiful cover. I think most people like to look at that as opposed to my mug, but that is gorgeous. And it looks way better in person, let me tell you. Batman, The Adventures Continue, Season 2, number 2. Good stuff there. Jenny Zero, number 3. I think there's a 4-issue miniseries, so we've got issue 3 coming up. Can't wait to read this one. This has been such a fun book. And this week's top of the stack book, The Nice House on the Lake, number 2 of 12. This is a 12-issue maxi series, and already this is just blowing everything out of the water. I love this series so much. So amazing. So I got these. I have there's so many great books. It seems like for me, the first week of the month is becoming my big week. I get a huge stack of books. I think there's like 10 here, including the reprint and the Stray Dogs. So I got 8 original books, and it's just fun. It's cool because now I know the first week of the month I get all my books, my Image books, and even my Dark Horse book is out the first week, and then it just kind of peters out through the month. But that's it. That's what I got. Again, tune in tomorrow for my full run Friday. I think this is the 8th one. I've been doing this for like 2 months already. And it's going to be Ghost Rider, just the Johnny Blaze run. So the original 81 issues, and then a few reprints that I have in my collection as well. Again, if you wanted to make sure you're notified about it, you can go to my YouTube channel and you can click the set reminder. There's usually a set reminder button on those videos that get scheduled ahead of time. So you can click on that and it'll give you a notification that the video is going live. I appreciate you checking them out. Actually, the last one, Lady Death one, did really well. It's probably one of the better ones that I've done in a while. So I appreciate everybody who watched that last week. That's it. That's all I've got. That's right. We're going to wrap this up here. So thanks for watching. I hope everybody out there had a really good week for new comics. Like I said, I got to tell you this as well before I go. When I was out at my LCS, there were some people down there. I'd never seen them in the store before. This is what the comic book community needs to get back to. I had never seen these people in my LCS before, so they were kind of flipping through books, and as a longtime comic fan and a person who loves like talking about comic books with people, it doesn't matter who they are. It's hard to resist. So as there's like, well, this looks good, this looks good, this looks good. So I was like, I heard the girl say she liked horror comics. Like, if you like horror comics, I mean, you should check out, Something is Killing the Children. Check out Stray Dogs. The Stray Dogs just wrapped up. I said, there's Silver Coin. It's been a really fun anthology horror series. I mean, and then we started getting into conversations about the kind of books they like and what they want to check out. And the girl, she was telling us that, she tried to get into comic books years ago with her dad and her uncle, I believe she said it was. And, she's like, well, where do I start? And they said, you got to start way back, which is false. You do not have to start way back in the past. Because, and this is what I told her. It's like, nowadays you've got the internet, you've got Facebook groups, you got Wikipedia, you got YouTube, you've got all sorts of resources to help you fill in the gaps of the stories that you want. There's also loads and loads of reprints. DC and Marvel are doing an amazing job making sure that their classic stories are staying in print for new readers and us longtime readers as well. But the best thing that you can do, what I told her, is the best thing you could do is just come down to Nostalgia, come down to the store, because the guys who work there, the customers like myself, we're always willing. At least I'm speaking for myself as a customer down there, always willing to talk to people about comic books and point them in the right direction. And this is one of those things that may surprise you, even if they're looking for something like Squirrel Girl or America Chavez, characters I absolutely cannot stand. To have somebody in an LCS that wants to read those books, and I think it is, okay, so you're reading books that I cannot stand. I hate these characters, but you're in the store. And if you like these characters, you might branch off into some other books. So I'm going to encourage that. I don't care if I like the books or not. So I'm going to encourage it, like, here, this is it. And, she also, this character also appeared in this book, and there's your crossover. That gets you into something else. But, it's always good, to, if you're lucky enough to have an LCS and you go in there and you overhear somebody talking about, I don't know what books to check out, or, if they are told, well, you have to read a whole lot of continuity, a lot of history, and they're, kind of overwhelmed by it. Just want to say, hey, excuse me, I couldn't help but overhear you. I may be able to help you, and help them out. That's how we as a comic book community will grow strong once again. That's how we'll grow strong. That's how we'll get united again, and that's how we're going to get rid of all this nonsense that's going on. These people who are not fans that are coming in and just trying to divide us up. That is how we're going to get rid of them, and that is how we're going to take even the people from there. There's some people that think like that are comic book fans or want to be comic book fans. And this is our chance, like, hey, you can set that aside, set your bias aside, set your politics aside. Just come on in and look at these amazing books. Look at all these great worlds that we have so much fun in. Put your politics aside, jump in the pool. Water's fine. Water's perfect. Join us. And that's it. That's my soap. I haven't had a soapbox moment in a while, but I'm going to wrap this up. So I don't like these videos going too long. So again, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening to my rant. If you watched to this point of the video, thank you very much for listening to my little rant. I hope it didn't go too far. Again, like, comment, subscribe. Please like these videos. My understanding is likes are a bigger part of the algorithm. I mean, I know I'm a very small fish in a very huge pond, but if I can get some more likes, that would be awesome. I would appreciate it very, very much. And, comment, subscribe, share the video, go to my YouTube channel, click the set notification for my Ghost Rider Johnny Blaze Full Run Friday that's going live tomorrow at 3 p.m. And I will see everybody next week with another weekly haul, weekly review video. Have a good weekend. We'll see you tomorrow.